Hello, I'm Erik Robey.
And I'm Karla Schaffer, and this is Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this week's show, we'll take a look at the Earth Day events you might have missed, and we'll let you know how to get involved in the budget process. Making headlines this week, the entire state of Maryland mourned the loss of former Governor William Donald Shaefer. He will be remembered as the man who brought us Camden Yards and the Inner Harbor, and the guy who had a knack for keeping government employees on their toes. Shaefer died at age 89. He served 2 terms as governor, nearly 2 decades as mayor of Baltimore, and capped off his 50 years in office as comptroller of Maryland. The remembrance ceremonies were held in Baltimore and Annapolis. The former governor laid in state in both cities, and his hearse brought Shaefer on a tour of his life one final time, including a stop at his boyhood home. County Executive Leopold said of Shaefer, "William Donald Shaefer shared my dedication to constituent service and was a great partner in that regard. We owe him a great deal for his decades of public service." Now, Erik, I know what you're going to ask. No, I'm not related to the former governor. Our names are spelled a little bit differently.
2 F's.
2 F's in my Shaefer anyway. His was E.F. But he was a really important historical figure in Maryland.
Absolutely, and around the nation.
Yes.
And he'll certainly be missed. He was a legend in the state of Maryland. Another fun fact is he lived in Pasadena in Chestnut Hill Cove for many years. He really was a character. I remember him wearing the old-style bathing suit with his rubber ducky to promote the aquarium when it opened. I don't know if any elected officials will ever do anything like that again. Well, last week we featured a lot of Earth Day celebrations. County Executive Leopold was on hand for one event that benefited the environment and also charities. The Glen Burnie Convenience Center had a truck from Goodwill stationed on site so that residents could consider donating instead of discarding. It's kind of like the old saying, one man's trash is another man's treasure. This program, which will also feature AmVets on future dates, diverts items such as clothing, toys, and furniture away from the landfill for refuse to save space that is limited in our landfill and things that we want to recycle. Everything we can to avoid expanding our landfill later. County Executive Leopold said about the event, "Saving space in our landfill is just like saving money. Every little bit counts."
In this week's Hot Topics, Division Chief Michael Cox of the Anne Arundel County Fire Department is here to talk about 2 incidents, one in Pasadena and one in Crownsville. Chief?
Thanks, Karla. The first incident occurred this week in the early morning hours of Monday, April 18, 2011. Around 2:25 a.m., Anne Arundel County firefighters responded to a reported dwelling fire in the 1000 block of Doxer Street in the Crownsville area of the county. First unit to arrive on the scene reported smoke coming from the rear of a 1-story, single-family type dwelling. At that time, an interior fire attack was initiated. In all, it took 24 firefighters about 15 minutes to bring the 1-alarm incident under control. There was no one home at the time of the fire and no firefighter injuries. Firefighters were able to recover some of the cats who resided in the dwelling and did administer oxygen to some of the cats at the scene. A private animal rescue group did come to the scene the next morning and utilized search dogs to help recover the other 2 missing cats who were not injured. The fire, which originated in the kitchen area of the home, caused an estimated $35,000 in damages. The cause of the fire was determined to be electrical in nature. In a second incident this week, county firefighters responded to another house fire in the Pasadena area on Monday, April 25th. This incident occurred in the 7700 block of East Shore Drive in the community of Greenhaven just before 4 p.m. The first arriving firefighters reported fire coming from the 2nd floor window of a 2-story single-family dwelling. Crews operating on the scene quickly stretched hoses to the 2nd floor of the dwelling and were able to contain the fire to the 2nd floor of the home. In all, it took 25 firefighters about 20 minutes to bring this incident under control. There were no civilian or firefighter injuries as a result. The fire, which originated on the interior of the dwelling, caused an estimated $30,000 in damages. The exact cause of the fire remains under investigation. The Red Cross did respond and was providing assistance to the owner. Karla?
Thanks, Chief. County fire officials would like to acknowledge the private support that they received that helped to allow the delivery of oxygen to the pet cats involved in the Crownsville fire incident. Over the past 3 years, agencies such as Canine Fitness Center in Crownsville, the Invisible Fence Company in Edgewater, and numerous other private residents have donated pet oxygen masks to the fire department, which has enabled them to equip all fire engines in the county with these life-saving resources for pets.
Well, there's more Week in Review to come. Take a look at the community calendar for what's happening around Anne Arundel County. Stay with us. We'll be right back.